Hello everyone, I'm Niels.
And I'm Thor.
And I'm Marcus.
And we're Not The Box. And this is our very first Kickstarter, Gnome Elf Troll, live now. And we're actually at the Bastard Cafe in Copenhagen, our all-time favorite board game and coffee and gin and beer cafe, just opening after the Corona crisis. Today we're gonna do a complete playthrough of the 3-player version of the game, and we really hope you like it.
This will take roughly 25 minutes and we're gonna show you it all, the mechanisms, all the fun.
We're doing this to help you decide if you want to back Gnome Elf Troll. We're also introducing, for any pledge level, a 3-player print and play version. This will be a low resolution but fully playable version. Once we fund, everybody gets the full rule set in a high resolution file, so you can print it and play it if you like to.
Yeah. And that comes in a 4-player version too for the backers. And we're adding a ton of additional languages. We're doing this in English, but it's in Danish, Norwegian, Swedish, and for our European friends in the rest of Europe, German, Spanish, and French too. So we really hope you'll like it.
Let's play.
Let's play.
So this is the 3-player version of the game. We've taken out some of the tiles, so at this point there are 11 of each. 11 of the Cursed Pumpkins, Enchanted Apples, and Magic Beans. And because I'm the one in this company who looks the most like a troll and smells the most like a gnome, I'll be starting the game. And the starting hand is actually one of each kind. So that's fairly easy, and I get the turn start marker. And then the 2 others, they draw their starting cards.
Normally these are secret for the other players, but we're gonna play them open now. I can, as the second player, choose to discard any of my tiles to see if I can get, for instance, 3 of a kind, and I'm gonna do just that. I'm gonna discard this one and try this one. Oh, no cigar.
I'm quite happy with my hand. I've got 2 beans and 1 Cursed Pumpkin, so I'm gonna play with that.
All right. So I don't know what they've got in their hands, right? Which means that I'll probably start off with the beans. That's an old-time favorite. I begin the round by planting my beans and scoring, harvesting it is, and that's just 1 bean, as you see in the center of the marker. And then I can't really buy anything at this point, so I'll just replenish my hand.
I have a special plan in my turn now. I'm gonna place the apple here because, well, this turn it only gives me 1, but it sets me up very good for the next turn because I can then place 2 apples next to each other, and if you notice something nice here, now I can count the apples and now produce 1, 2, 3 apples, but that'll have to wait for the next turn. Like this, and I restock.
Not unlike the other guys, I'll place my garden tile here and I place the bean. And I replenish.
Yeah. And I'm not the starting player this time around. It comes to the next player.
Thank you. You already know about my devious plan. Now I produce 3 apples, which is enough to produce the first creature. There are 3 kinds of creatures. There is the small little gnome, there is the elf, and there is the big troll here. The gnome costs 3 of a kind, which is possible for me now. The elf is a bit more expensive, it costs 4 of a kind, and the troll costs 1 of each. They do a bit of different things. The gnome, which I'm going to produce now, we'll get back to the troll and the elf later, I think, enhances or increases my production by 1 wherever I place it. So I can, for instance, place this. I have no beans, I look at my map, but Marcus over here is producing a bean, and I would like to have a bean, so I produce it over here, and my production go up. I could also have placed it on one of my own, and then I would have another apple. But that's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to remember to replenish.
I'll do the same thing. I'll put on a bean so I can produce 3 of a kind. And this allows me to purchase a gnome. And this minion goes over because I want to have an apple. I'll place this on Thor's apple, and that increases my apple production, and I will replenish my hand.
So I'm a bit unhappy with the fact that Marcus is going for the beans too, but it's my best bet to get that first important gnome out. And I'm just gonna piggyback entirely on Marcus's play because I've got 3 beans too, and I'm gonna sit over here munching on those delicious apples, and I'll replenish.
Turn marker. The wizard to Marcus.
Right. So I have 3 beans and I have 1 apple. When I place a tile, I want to consider if I want an elf or a troll or what I want to produce. So when I'll be placing my tile, I think I'm going for troll. I want to put a troll in place. So I need a pumpkin. I'll place a pumpkin. That increases my production with 1 in pumpkin, and that means that I can either produce 1 gnome or a troll. So given that I've wanted to produce a troll, that's what I'll do. Any surplus that I have 2 extra beans, but I can't use them for anything, and they don't carry over till the next turn, so they're lost. So I produce the troll, and now things start to get fun. It's not in the official rules, but it's considered good sportsmanship to do this when you place your troll. See, I want to place it on this particular tile because it ruins Thor's synergy, and I remove the gnome. You see, the gnome was standing, and that was Nils's gnome, and the troll scares off the gnome, and then I return it to Nils's hand. So I've destroyed Thor's garden, and I've decreased Nils's production as well. So that was quite a well-played troll, if I have to say so myself.
Absolutely.
I just moved my apples down. I only produce 1 now.
And I took down my apple to 0 at this point as well.
And that's it for my turn, so I will replenish now.
So Marcus' strategy looked like mine, except he went for the troll, so now I'm gonna do something different. I'm gonna try for the elf. Now the elf is 4 of a kind, and at this point, with 3 of the same tiles next to each other, 3 beans, I get 2 synergy beans. Those are the full beans you see in between. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, I'm not going to be able to use the full 5, but I still score it. And then I'm going to put this in very defensively right there, so as to keep some of my synergy. And then that's it for me.
What does the elf do?
So the elf, that blocks the gnomes from coming. The gnome will take the elf, but it blocks the trolls from stopping my production in the garden there. Yeah.
The turn is now mine, and I'm a bit sad because my hand there are no magic apples for me to place, so I have to go for some pumpkins, which is a bit sad because I was producing a lot of apples. But now I produce 1 of each, and I can't get the elf. I would have loved to get an elf to remove Marcus's troll. Not possible. I don't produce 4 of a kind. However, now I can produce a troll, and it's well, I think it's time for vengeance. I'll place it and destroy the synergy here. Oh, and Marcus, like this. And that was it. I'll replenish my hand. Oh, an apple.
Yeah, I'm first player this round. Yeah, pass on the wizard, please. And at this point, I don't have any more beans. There's only 11 of those, and I can see openly on the board game 5. That means 6 left here, and including on their hands. So I need to reconsider some of the strategy. At this point, apples might be the right thing. So I'm gonna move in my apples here. Maybe the stronger bet would have been hoping for more beans, but that's what I'm gonna do. And now I'm gonna go, you see I still have a buy of 5. I'm gonna go place my gnome over here at a pumpkin, which brings me up to potentially next time a troll and an elf. So that's it for me.
I'm just gonna place another pumpkin here to diverse my production a bit. Whoopty. Now producing 3. 1, 2, 3. And well, it's too tempting the troll. And I think that Winding is starting to do very well over there, so...
Very nice. I'm coming down 2, you see, right? For the tile and the synergy.
I'll just replenish.
Right. Things are looking kind of bleak for me, but I have the bean here, so I can continue my my streak here. One thing that I haven't mentioned is that you must place your garden in one row. You cannot place a garden here or here in one continuous row. So I'm placing my bean. This says 1, 2, 3 beans. There's a troll here, so it cancels out that bean. This provides me with the opportunity to produce either a gnome or a troll. And yeah, I think, well, the troll is always nice, but I have one troll in play, and yeah, I think I'll play a gnome. And the gnome goes over here. There we go.
Obviously betting for more beans, I see.
Yes, yes, of course. That's it for my turn. I will replenish my hand.
And this was my starting round, so now Tor.
Thank you. I will even start to produce even more pumpkins. Now I produce 5 pumpkins, which is very nice because now I can both afford an elf, and a troll. And I can scare away the troll over here, which is always fun and nice. And I have a lot of trolls out there now, but I think that the most fun place to place this is over here.
Oh, obviously.
Like this.
And that was the bean, right?
Yeah. The bean you just placed.
Yeah.
And I will, now I produce 1, 2, 3 apples again, like this. And that was it. I will replenish my hand.
Right, so I will either I'll place a bean or a pumpkin. The bean will probably draw some attention to my play and my hand, but I think I will risk this. So I'll place another bean, and that says 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 beans in production. That means I can do a troll and a gnome this time. Not either or, but both. And I'd better start looking at Thor's hand here over there, Thor's garden. So I'm placing the troll in Thor's garden. Right. And this one goes... Yeah, how do I do this? Well, I'm opting for beans, but I don't want to place it in my own garden because probably somebody will place a troll here. So, yeah.
You do have the option of chasing away an elf, right?
Yeah, I could do that. Yeah, let's do that. I'll chase away the elf. We haven't seen this yet. We'll chase away Binning's elf, and it gives me another bean. That's perfect.
Which leaves me completely in the dumps. At this point, I've only got pumpkins on my hand, and I wasn't betting on any sort of pumpkin strategy. So, unlikely to win with the apples, I'm gonna cut off the apples at this point. So now my synergy with apples is far gone. On the other hand, I do get that extra pumpkin, which leaves me with just 1 troll. Now, Tor is on my left and intuitively the next player, but he passes on the wizard to Marcus. So Marcus is the next player. So he's the one to kick back. Now, I'm gonna take out more of Marcus's synergy doing this rather than taking out Tor as well at this point. But I'm gonna leave that there. There's a small gnome you see there, because maybe Tor is on board with taking Marcus down with more trolls. So I'm betting on Tor doing trolls. Yeah, you come down a bit there. And that's it for me.
2, 3.
And there's the apple, of course.
The wizard now passes to me, and lo and behold, I have no beans on my hand. I've got apples and a cursed pumpkin, and well, I'll place a pumpkin. This produces then 3 pumpkins, so I can produce 2 gnomes or 1 troll. But no elves. I would have liked to make an elf. Well, 2 gnomes it will be, and 1 goes here, and the other goes here. That increases my production of pumpkins to 5. That's it for my turn. I will replenish my hand.
So at this point, pumpkins seems to be my best bet. So I'm gonna try for some pumpkin synergy here, placing an additional tile, getting 3 in a row here, and well, yes, I do still have a gnome over there, making 4 in all, which is very nice because that'll help me chase away one of these pesky trolls. And it's gonna be this one, so that I potentially may get more synergy going over here. Thanks for that, and you're next.
I like to play on 2 different kinds of ingredients, so I'll place one here. So I also produce 5 apples. And again, I can place an elf and a troll. The elf is pretty straightforward. Goes here. Change this to Marcus. And the troll, the next player is actually Niels to play. So I'm going to have a look on what he's up to. And I think that I will destroy his synergy over here.
Yeah. Shouldn't have let him keep that pesky gnome on the beam, I guess.
I will replenish.
Remember to count down your
production. Definitely.
I said I will pass the wizard to the guy who looks most like a troll.
Yep, and I'm still very much on the pumpkins, not with the best of my will, and it's 3 pumpkins, 3 beans, and 1 apple, which is 2 gnomes for me. I need to get some gnome action going. I'll place 1 over here, and then 1 over here, scoring me up to 4 of both pumpkins and beans, and then I'll replenish.
Well, that is my turn now. I'll place some pumpkins here, and I'm getting really close now, as you can see.
Actually, more than close, I suppose.
I think that we are incredibly close to close this one up, and if I'm counting here, producing 2 here, and 1 here. But can I place them? Let's see. 1 here, 1 here, and 1 here.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well done. Towards the winner. Yeah. I should have gone for trolling, right? Rather than just producing more gnomes. But I made the wrong choice.
Because an important thing about this game is always to look out for the person who is next to you.
Yeah, next in round.
Yeah.
And I did that.
What we haven't showcased, there was no opportunity to do so, is what we call the sacrificial gnome. Let's say that, that there's how does it go, the sacrificial gnome? Do we have an opportunity in one of the gardens that would make sense for us to do?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Let's say we need to take out Thor's elf over here, and I go sending in my own gnome, taking him out, and then I recruit the troll, and then I eat my own gnome, destroying his synergy, right?
There you go. The
That's
sacrificial
expensive,
gnome.
yeah.
Yeah. But that would have kept Thor from actually winning the game. So.
Yeah. I couldn't afford it though.
No. Well, that's it for a 3-player game of Gnome Elf Troll. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. So please consider pledging our game and make this game come true.
Yeah.
So that was the first full playthrough of Gnome Elf Troll, the 3-player version. You can play 4 as well. We really hope that you'll support the campaign. It's taking off quite well, but every bagger counts, and we'll be putting out some excellent stuff, and hopefully we'll reach the end of a fully funded campaign in a few weeks. Thanks for looking.